another one's done. This is the M35 2.5 ton truck 6x6 by AFV Club. Let me premise this by saying this is one of my all-time favorite vehicles. I have spent many hours in under and working on driving the good old Deuce and a half while I was in the service. It is definitely an arm builder. Now, that being said, this is not a great kit. The end results are very nice and incorporate some scratch building out of necessity and some PE, Edward PE, which is always nice stuff. But I think my biggest complaint is the lack of consistency in the details. You have expectations from a company like AFV, Dragon, Meng. I mean, you kind of just expect quality all the way through the kit. And unfortunately, this kit didn't provide that quality all the way through. Let's start with the winch. You had the option of building it with or without the winch. I chose the winch to make, visually more interesting. Now, the winch itself is very nicely detailed. However, the rope or cable they provide for your kit wasn't long enough to make any significant amount of wraps around it and have anything hanging out the end. That being said, there was also no part or even a suggestion as to what you put on the end. It just has you building it and sticking it on there. The chain and shackle that I built are all from photographs and so on and so forth, but they didn't give you anything to end or finish off the winch. Then let's go to some nice details. If you can see, the little hooks on the hood and the hinges on the hood are spectacular. You have 4 of them, but the hinges on the doors, no detail at all. I mean, I might as well just have slapped on a piece of scrap styrene, for crying out loud. It just, no detail. I'm not going to turn it over because all the stuff in the back is just sitting loose. But the front shock absorbers, nicely molded, and they have you just stick them on at a given angle. Now, they don't even give you what that angle is. It just says put it here and kind of a vague angle or direction it should be pointing. The reason for that is because there's no attachment point on the bottom where it should be hooked to the lower part of the suspension. And after a quick search of the web, I found what that part was supposed to look like. And it was a simple matter of cutting up a small piece of 0.5 millimeter cardstock to the right shape, gluing it in place, and then attaching the shock absorber at both the front, top, and bottom like it was supposed to. How hard would that have been for them to fix? Let's talk about the inside of the dash, or inside the cab. The shift lever is probably one of the coolest shift levers I've seen. There was like no cleanup on it. It was a perfect shape. Even the knob was correctly shaped at the top. But that's as far as it went. The emergency brake, transfer case lever, well, let me put it this way. A 3-year-old with a piece of cardboard and a pair of scissors could have made a better looking parts. There's no, I mean, they're like silhouettes. They should be painted black and stuck on a window so that you go, oh yeah, look, a silhouette. There's no roundness, no shape to them, nothing. The same can be said for the gas pedal and brake pedal. Just lumps of plastic that a 3-year-old could have done a better job on. Luckily, the Edward PE kit came with replacement pedals, which was a godsend. Otherwise they would just look like crap sitting in there. Let me see, what else was there? Oh, injector pin marks. I have 2 injector pin marks that I just can't get rid of because they're inside the spare ammo cases or spare ammo trays with sides on them. I just had to paint over them and leave them. There's no way to sand them off, or at least I couldn't figure out how to sand them off without destroying anything or leaving a wallowed out spot. Not happy about that. Well, let me think. There was something else I was going to say. I cut the windows down and molded or put them in lower areas. I mean, lowered so that you don't have them up or down. And I wanted them kind of different, so I cut them in half or in some cases less than half, and mounted them in place. Oh, plastic. That's what I wanted to get at. One of the things I wanted to get at. Some of the plastic is nice hard plastic. Some of the plastic, like the windshield frame, was more like that green plastic soldier stuff. You know, the toys? I mean, just soft and bendy, and I suppose it's not bad, but it's just not what you expect. It just felt cheap. On the upside, these were the most efficiently installed and installable windows that I've ever put in a vehicle. I mean, they just fit flawlessly. All the clear parts did. The headlights and everything fit right into place with minor cleanup. You clean off the sprue, the attachment points, and they just slid right into place like they're supposed to. And they glued with regular Tamiya extra thin. I didn't have to use anything like super glue or Testors cement for clear parts. Overall, I'd have to say, other than my extreme disappointment in their lack of consistency in the molding development or the detailed development, I do like it. I really do like the Deuce Nav. Oh, one other thing. Here on the side, the little hood scoop here, the kit, I could find photographs of 3 different styles of the lower or the engine access port here. One had no hole at all, just smooth piece. One had a hole, and the last one had a hole with a little scoop on it. Now the kit came with didn't have any of those options. The part had what I thought was initially a injector pin mark. I mean, it was just a shallow little circle. wasn't smooth like it some of the in photographs. Didn't have a hole all the way through like some of the photographs, and certainly didn't have the scoop on it. So I ended up drilling out the hole and scratch building the little scoop to go over it. Like I said, it was extreme from one end to the other in quality. And when you buy an AFV kit or a Ming kit or Dragon kit, you expect quality all the way through, and it just wasn't here with this one, I'm sorry to say. If you want a Deuce and a half, you want one for your collection, or like me, just because you're a fan, and you're willing to put in some research and some work, it's not going to turn out bad. It's going to look good when you're done with it, but you're going to be disappointed with some of the really bland details. I don't know who else makes an M35. I suspect that Tamiya does, and if I do want to build another one, and I want to build another one. I want to build the maintenance vehicle. I'm going to search for, before I buy an AFV kit, another AFV kit, M35, I will investigate every other brand. And if my only option is another AFV, this will be the last Deuce Nav I build. Probably the last AFV kit itself that I'll buy.